Surely we've all been there. You're driving your truck and trailer along when you have to make a sharp turn. The trailer swings out. It hits a crater, maybe a rock, flips over, and you're down 30,000 credits and 5 or 10 minutes of your life. Well, today I'll be showing you guys how to stabilize your trailers with builds that are called trailer lockers. Now, let's start off with a rather simple trailer build. This isn't going to use any game passes or really expensive parts yet. We're only going to use 4 Mark 1 motors because using less than 4 is, well, just do cargo at that point. You'd be very slow. Now, you can do mule or ox on these motors. Ox is probably better for a lower level person, so we'll stick with those. You can use the double wishbone or the McPherson struts, but like always, the double wishbone will be better. And you can't use any wheel on this. You can really only use the 30 size wheels. You might be able to get it with 40. And if you're using a 30 size wheel, you have to use the UKF 30 wheel. Don't use any other wheels. Now, this is going to be the platform for our trailer hitch, all the way up in the front here. And out towards the back, we will put our back wheels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks out. Now, these back motors cannot have gearboxes on them if you put them directly in like this, because the trailer will be going overhead, and it will hit the gearboxes as you're trying to dock. So, if you want to have a gearbox on a motor going to here, what you have to do is put it here, and then route your drivetrain around it. So we'll do that for this build. Now, I know I placed blocks here originally, but I'm going to replace these with slabs, because 1, slabs are lighter, and 2, slabs give you more clearance underneath the bottom of your rover. And now we need a heat exchanger, and 6 radiators. I would like them right here and here. And now this is almost ready. What we have to add now is our grabber, or your grip, I mean. So you want to do at least 3 blocks tall. You can probably get away with 1 or 2, but because of the trailer bouncing up and down, you want it to be about 3. There's multiple kinds of grips you can use. I prefer heatsink grips because heatsinks give you a little bit of space between the edge of the block, so it's a lot easier to dock the trailers, especially when you don't have a lot of torque with just 4 Mark 1 motors. Replace these with wedges. It looks nicer. Add some brake lights. Add some regular lights. And there we go. Now let's give this thing a quick test. You see, putting all 4 of the suspensions up front like this gets you a lot more steering power, which will help you a lot with turning a trailer, especially when the trailer isn't turning separately. Please spawn in front of me. You can spawn trailers over and over again like this until you get them right in front of you. It makes it a lot easier to line up instead of going around all the time. And just like that, you have locked your very first trailer. Now, these builds have several advantages over normal trailer builds. First of all, you can crank the steering as much as you want, and you'll basically never be able to flip it over unless you're going really fast or if you're using the racer seat. These things are very stable, and you can often hit craters or rocks and be completely fine. Now, let's talk about the weight of your trailer locker. This little thing that I built here is very light, and you'll see that when we connect a trailer, our suspension gets compressed pretty badly. And this is a problem. We're going to hit rocks and bumps as we go over rough terrain, which is not good. You need your weight to be, I'd say, at the very minimum 2,000 or 2,500 for comfort. Now, not only does it matter how much your vehicle weighs, but it also matters where your weight is. If you click this little mass icon in the bottom right corner, you'll see your vehicle's center of mass, and this will have a huge impact on how it behaves. If you have your weight further forwards by placing batteries up in the front, your front wheels will be compressed more. This will mean that when you turn them, you get much better steering, but it also means that when you hit obstacles like rocks or rough terrain, you're much more likely to bottom out. If you have your weight in the back, this makes it a lot easier to go over bumps and stuff because there's less compression on your front suspension. But it also means that it's going to be harder to turn because less compression on your front suspension. Basically, if you want to decide where you want your weight, if you're good at avoiding mountains and rough terrain, I advise putting your weight in the front because then you get to steer around that stuff and you don't have to worry about hitting the bumps. If you like going over mountains and rough terrain as much as you want, put your weight in the back. Then you don't have to worry about steering as much because you just go over the stuff. Now, these next two builds I'm going to be showing you, Trailer Riders and Trailer Carriers, both require the Game Pass's 8 suspension tool and config tool in order to work properly. You can technically do it without these wheels here, but it's very unstable when you don't have enough wheels. Now, with that out of the way, this here is a trailer rider. We have a bar in the back that goes on top of container trailers, and our wheels are lifted up a block because we're going to be using the trailer's wheels as our back wheels. You'll see we have mediuses with auxes on them running into a Mark II. This is called motor filtering, and it basically removes the speed cap of the aux. And if you don't have a medius, you can do this with a Mark I and Mark II instead. And then what you would want to do with your weight is you would want to remove batteries that are back here and keep the ones that are further in the front. Now let's put this back to the mediuses. An optional change that you can make to it is you can remove these wheels here, and you can replace them with slime 40s. You would have to space this out a little more, though, moving all these back one block. Doing that would make it a lot easier to climb over hills. Though I don't really recommend going over hills, so we are going to stick with the regular wheels. Alright, we are lining up here. Alright, that didn't go very much to plan, but that's alright. We can just hit it again, and it should line up just by reversing. Yep. And just like that, you are riding a trailer. These are very good for when you want to have a lot of steering power. If you're a person like me who is half blind and can't see a crater until it's inches from them, this is good for being able to steer out of the way quickly. It also helps with those pesky craters because you'll have a lot of this clearance under the bottom, so that when you do hit them, you're much less likely to get caught on the lip or something. Just like that. Now, this is our last build of the video. This is a trailer carrier. With these two radiators behind our fifth wheel, it'll wedge underneath the trailer and lift it up. This is set up right now to carry a single trailer. Our fifth wheel is 2 blocks away from the front, and our back wheels are 2 blocks away from the back. But if we wanted to carry a double trailer, then we have to remove these and put them here. A rather easy conversion. If you tried to do the double trailer with the single trailer setup, it would compress the suspension down too far, and the double trailer wouldn't get carried fully. Its wheels would drag on the ground too often. Now, let's go dock up to a trailer with this. Right? This one's a little tougher to line up, but we got that. And now, sometimes your fifth wheel won't connect right away. You might have to back up, pull forwards, back up again, pull forwards again, and there we go. Now we got it. Now, let me show you just how fast this can go. We're using a rather interesting motor setup, actually. It has 2 Mediuses, with a reindeer on this front one and a cheetah on the back one. This is similar to the motor filtering with the aux and the gearless, except this is boosting the speed of the reindeer to the speed of a cheetah. We want to use all of the back wheels as much as we can, because the front wheels are moving at reindeer speed, while the back wheels are moving at cheetah speed. Alright, I am here going past the playground, and we are already hitting 95 speed with a double trailer. That's how much of an impact just lifting up those chevron wheels has. Let's see if we can do 100. Come on. Hit 100. We did it! I saw it for just a frame. And we are flipped over. Well, that's going to be it for this video. I did kind of want to talk more about different designs, but I don't have enough time. Viewer retention is quite low these days. So if there are more things that you guys want tutorials on, let me know in the comments. I'm always open to suggestions. Now with all that said, we'll see ya.